Hey everybody, my name's Allison. I'm a fashion designer and I also sold vintage clothing, and I still collect it to this day for probably about 6 to 7 years. And I also worked as a fit specialist for a little over a year for men and women, and I studied professionally at a college level, fit and alt, fashion history, pattern making, clothing construction, draping, all of the above. So I'm gonna be giving you a review of 4 Madewell pants today and how accurately they fit, how accurately they're described when it compares to real vintage clothing and vintage fabric. And then my standard variable today is going to be a pair of Levi's 501 jeans. I am pretty close to a standard size 25. However, I am very short. I'm not a model, so that may even be more helpful for you because you can see it on a real person. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at how these fit on me. Some of these results may shock you. I know they did shock me because I was just so confused as to how they could be so off. Keep watching if you want to be informed and make an insightful decision next time you go to Madewell. So I decided to include this visual aid of all the different hem widths of the Madewell jeans I'll be trying on today and how they compare to a pair of Levi's 501 jeans. The bottom 3 pairs that you see are technically all the same style / cut, except the one in the Knoxville wash is a crop leg. And then these are the sizes I decided to order. So the first jean that I'm going to be showing you is the perfect vintage wide leg jean in the Leafland wash. I absolutely loved the cut of this. However, it was 2.5 inches too big on my waist, but the hip and legs I thought fit pretty well actually. I would say that these jeans are the most similar to a Levi's 701 jean, which was the first Levi's jean that came out for women in the 1930s. The fabric was super comfortable, but technically not true vintage because true vintage wouldn't have stretched at all, so I'd give that a 9 out of 10, but the overall score is about an 8 out of 10, only because the sizing was super off and I would have preferred a little bit of a darker wash. So this next jean that I'm going to be showing you is my favorite, and I decided to order this in petite just so I could get a different reference for how their jeans fit. And it kind of gave me a wedgie, but honestly, that's really similar to how a lot of my vintage jeans fit. So even if you're not a petite, I would order a petite, but just make sure you don't get the cropped jean. So overall, I would give the fit score a 9 out of 10 and the vintage cut score a 10 out of 10. For the fabric, I would only give it a 9 out of 10 just because it's not really supposed to include stretch if it's supposed to be a vintage jean. But overall, I would give these jeans a 9 out of 10, mostly because it's not the right size. I still would have preferred a tighter fit, which honestly doesn't make any sense to me because this is technically the same cut as the last jean, and the last jean was also a size 24. So this next jean is my second to least favorite for several reasons. The first one being fit. It was so baggy around my waist and hips that it was just bunching up on the top of my thighs, and it did not feel or look flattering at all, which kind of leads into the next point, which is the overall cut. I'm not really sure what decade that they were inspired by when they designed these jeans because honestly the hem width is just really awkward. The pant leg was much more narrow than a standard pair of 501 Levi's, so it didn't even fit over my boot properly, and then too wide to be considered a skinny jean. However, I really liked the fabric, so that score would be an 8 out of 10, bringing the overall score up to a 5 out of 10. And then these next, quote, jeans were the biggest disappointment, which made me really sad because I've been looking for a good pair of corduroys for a really long time. And I don't mean to be dramatic, but this fit score was seriously like a 2 out of 10. I felt like I had gained 10 pounds when I put these pants on. They were so unflattering. The waist was 4 inches bigger than what I ordered. And then I'm not even sure again what decade they were trying to emulate here, so the vintage cut score was really bad. But the one redeeming quality was the fabric. When I compared it to another pair of vintage corduroys that I had from the 1970s, it was almost identical. The only difference was the color. So I would give the fabric score a 10 out of 10, bringing the overall score up to a 4 out of 10, but luckily Madewell is letting me return the pants even though I already wore them. In summary, I wish Madewell would just do letter sizing if they're going to be doing vanity sizing because it adds so much frustration to an already miserable process. So next time you're shopping at Madewell, I think it's safe to say to size down 2 sizes if you want a pair of jeans that actually fits you. Anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this video.